I think emotional chastity is really knowing what parts of you deserve to go to other people. Because even though I knew pretty early on that I wanted to marry Austin, it didn't mean that all of me was all of his yet. Just knowing those boundaries.
Someone said that to me, emotional chastity, and I was like, chastity? All right, whatever, emotional or not. But as I got older and as I started dating a little bit more, kind of realized there's certain amount of feelings and emotions and thoughts that I need to share and that I don't.
When I think of chastity, I think of just like loving someone in an ordered way, and so emotional chastity is just kind of loving someone, loving someone in an ordered way through your emotions.
Emotional chastity for me is really looking at yourself and like knowing your thoughts, knowing what you've prayed about, what you've learned, especially taking your faith and like really practicing those things internally, the emotional chastity, the emotions of your life.
Yeah, just like being aware of your desires and being aware of your emotions and like having like personal like boundaries for yourself.
Being able to give myself, but also reserve and respect the other person as well. And know like, okay, well, if I say this might affect another person in a way I don't know. If I give this thought, will that ultimately bring myself closer to God and this person closer to God, or will it hinder our relationship or put a strain on something?
We're called to moderate how much we share of our emotions with them in order to maintain close relationships, develop authentic friendship, and just to guard our own hearts so that we have space in it for intimacy with Christ.
But I think emotional chastity is essentially like being present and rooted in reality and like acknowledging like feelings, acknowledging emotions, but then trying to stay rooted in like what position are you actually in.
I think emotion really can drive the groundwork of a relationship in a lot of ways, and knowing that there has to be a solid foundation within that as well. But it gets me at least, I think I should communicate this to you. I think I should talk to you.
Person to person, it's different. And I think that's where you need to have the communication with the other person and figure each other out.
In my own belief system of thinking that there's one person out there that I'm going to marry eventually, and so in order to love that person well, not to let my emotions go to every single person that I encounter.
Yes, like the physical attraction is there, but that's not the main point of it. Yes, you have to, come back into the human connection, learn each other, learn how to communicate, and that way you can eventually turn it back to the Father.
Emotions play a huge part in our lives as humans. We're both a brain and a heart and a soul, and so we can't discredit our emotions, but they cannot be the only thing that leads us. So I think you have to be really balanced. You have to really know yourself too, and take the time to really figure out what are my emotions telling me, and is that truth, or is that just all of my emotions getting to me in that moment?
Our emotions reveal to us what our desires are. And so I think that as we are contemplating and praying about a relationship, and if we're not finding peace in it anymore, God is using that to reveal to us that maybe we don't need to be in the relationship anymore.
Yeah, like having this like ever-present mindset of like, yes, the intention of my dating is like to find a spouse. Therefore, I don't want to like give all of myself in any kind of way, whether that's like emotionally or physically, to any one person unless it is my spouse.
And for me personally, in my experience, I found that the best way to keep emotional chastity is by talking, by communicating. Find out what the other person wants, kind of setting boundaries on how the relationship should go, how the conversation should go. Am I sharing too much? Am I not sharing enough?
It can be easy, like when you first start dating someone or just getting to know someone, to get super caught up in the emotions of it, and think like, man, like I'm so happy with this person. That's one of the issues of today. I'm super happy like for a week, and then all of a sudden it's gone, and I think, oh well, like that's not love. And so it's very easy for like my emotions to get mixed up with like the truth of me loving someone and like choosing someone. And so I think that's one way that it could very easily hijack of it becomes I'm seeking emotions and I'm seeking like what this person can give to me, as opposed to like how can we commit to one another, and how can we like actually love one another and choose one another.
I think emotions are a good thing. They help us know how like we're feeling. They help us to connect in different ways. But with that, I can't let my emotions determine my decisions.
How I love is how I am, and how I am loved is how I am. So I think like the way that I love people reflects exactly who I am, and the way that people love me also in turn reflects who I am as well.
It's not just about like me feeling something towards you. It's not just about me like being excited or attracted to you, but it's like you're just a good friend. And like that's why I'm committed to you, because like yes, I love you. We've been through life together, but I tell her all the time like she's my best friend, because it's the truth. And I want to marry my best friend. I don't want to marry somebody who's attractive, but I don't like get along with that well or anything like that, who like satisfies me emotionally, but isn't someone that I can actually live life with.